The daughter of Venezuela's opposition leader María Corina Machado delivered an emotional and historic address in Norway as she accepted this year's Nobel Peace Prize on behalf of her mother, who was unable to attend the ceremony due to ongoing political restrictions in her home country. Her speech, filled with determination, hope, and reflections on years of struggle, became a powerful reminder of Venezuela's long and painful fight for democracy. Standing before world leaders, diplomats, and human rights advocates, Machado's daughter spoke about the resilience of the Venezuelan people, millions who have endured economic collapse, political repression, and one of the largest humanitarian crises in the Western Hemisphere. She explained that her mother's absence was not just a personal tragedy, but a symbol of the harsh reality faced by countless opposition figures who are silenced, threatened, or barred from participating in political life. She described how María Corina Machado has spent years resisting authoritarian pressure, advocating for free elections, and calling for institutions that respect human rights and the rule of law. Despite facing bans from public office, surveillance, and repeated attempts to isolate her politically, Machado has remained a central figure in Venezuela's pro-democracy movement. Her daughter emphasized that the Nobel Prize was not simply an honor for one individual, but a recognition of the sacrifices made by activists, journalists, students, and ordinary citizens who continue to fight despite intimidation and fear. The speech highlighted the stories of families torn apart by forced migration, children growing up without access to basic necessities, and communities struggling under hyperinflation and shortages. Yet, she also spoke about the extraordinary courage shown by those who refuse to give up, people who continue to organize rallies, document abuses, and speak out even when the risks are great. According to her, this courage is what keeps the movement alive and what inspired the Nobel Committee to honor Venezuela's democratic struggle. She thanked the international community for its support, but urged them not to look away. She reminded the audience that democracy does not return overnight. It requires continuous commitment, global attention, and pressure on those who violate fundamental freedoms. She appealed for unity among democratic nations, stressing that the Venezuelan crisis affects not only the region, but the principles of justice and liberty worldwide. Her voice broke slightly when she spoke about her mother directly, describing her as a woman who has given everything for her country. She said the Nobel Prize belongs to the Venezuelan people, to political prisoners still behind bars, to activists forced into exile, and to the mothers who have lost children during protests. The applause that followed was long and heartfelt, filling the hall with a sense of shared purpose. As the ceremony concluded, many commentators noted that the absence of María Corina Machado was itself a powerful message. Unable to stand on the world stage, her dedication was carried by her daughter, a symbol of a new generation determined to reclaim Venezuela's future. The award has now become a global spotlight on the country's democratic movement, reinvigorating hope among Venezuelans both inside the country and across the diaspora. The Nobel Peace Prize acceptance in Norway marked a rare moment of international recognition for Venezuela's long struggle. It reminded the world that even in the darkest times, voices for freedom continue to rise. And as Machado's daughter left the stage, she carried with her not only the medal and diploma, but a renewed promise that the fight for democracy in Venezuela is far from over and that someday, her mother and millions of others will be able to witness the rebirth of a truly free nation.